Hello everyone, in this video I will explain a few more algebraic structures. Those are monoids, groups, abelian groups and subgroups. So first monoid means an algebraic system G star is said to be a monad if it satisfies the following properties. One is closure property, another one is associative property, and it must contains one identity element. Example here is let's take Z star is an algebraic structure where Z is a set of all integers and operation star is defined by maximum of n comma n. So n star n operation means you have to pick the maximum element from n and m elements. Show that it's not a monoid. So first check whether it's satisfying the closure property, associative property and the identity element. So closure property means A star B means maximum of A comma B. Either you'll get A element or B element. If A and B belongs to Z, then maximum of A comma B also belongs to Z. So it's satisfying the closure property, and it's satisfying the associative property also because take the maximum of AB first, then applying maximum on C is equal to the take the maximum of B and C first and applying on A. So it's satisfying the associative property also, but whether it contains the identity element or not. So when how to find out the identity elements means A star X here. Let's treat X as the identity elements and apply the operation on A star X. So where A is any element from the set Z. So A star X is equal to must be equal to A. Then only we call X as the identity element. So A star X equal to maximum of A comma X. Sometimes A may be maximum, sometimes X may be maximum. We didn't say that A is always maximum. So that's why A star X is not equal to A here for all the times for all A belongs to Z. That means there is no fixed identity element for this Z star algebraic structure. So as it's not satisfying the identity element property, so it is not a monoid. Coming to groups, when an algebraic system is said to be a group here is if it's satisfying the four properties: closure property, associative property, identity element must be there, and there must be inverse elements also there for each and every element in the set. And one more type of algebraic system is abelian group. A group first check whether the algebraic system is group or not. So then apply abelian group property. That means a group is said to be abelian, or we also call it as commutative if it's satisfying A star B is equal to B star A, means it's satisfying the commutative property. Along with all the group properties, it also must be satisfy the commutative property. Then we call that algebraic system as abelian group. Example, show that set of all non-zero real numbers is a group with respect to multiplication. Here the set is a non-zero real number and operation is multiplication. So first check closure property. Take any two real numbers and apply and multiply two real numbers also belongs to the real number set. So it's satisfying the closure property. Next, associative property also it satisfies. Why? Because the order of multiplication doesn't matter in between the real numbers. So a dot b is dot c is equal to a dot b dot c for all a b c belongs to R. And what is the identity element? You multiply identity element with any real number, you must get the real number, same real number. So here 1 is the identity element. Why? Because any real number multiplied by 1, you'll get same real number. So that's why all identity element here is 1. That is identity element exists for this algebraic structure. And what is inverse? For each A element belongs to R, we have 1 by A also belongs to R. What is the inverse property is if you take any element of the set and multiply with reverse element, you must get the identity element. Here the identity element is 1. So for any A belongs to real number set, inverse element of A is 1 by A. That means if you multiply A with 1 by A, you will get the identity element. Here 1 by A also must be belongs to the given set, that means real number set. So if A is from real number set, then 1 by A also belongs to the real number set, and multiplication of these two results the identity element. So for each element in the real number set on multiplication operation, there is an inverse element also exists. It means this structure satisfying all closure, associative identity and inverse properties. So it is a group. Check whether that also satisfying the commutative property or not. Commutative property is A dot B is equal to B dot. If you take any two real numbers, multiplication of AB is equal to multiplication of BA. So it also satisfying the commutative property. So Z, the real numbers are multiplication, R comma multiplication is both group and the abelian group. Next example is show that the set of all real numbers R is not a group with respect to multiplication. So previously we took only the non-zero real numbers. Here all real numbers we are taking. As here we have 0 belongs to R. If you multiply in closure property, if you multiply any element with 0, you won't get the same element, you'll get 0. So that's why it's satisfying the closure property. So all real numbers with multiplication is not a group. Next, subgroups. Yes, here name itself saying that subgroups. So first take one group. From that group we take some part of the group, and when we say that that part of the group is subgroup, here we have the definition. A non-empty subset H of a group G is a subgroup of G if H star is a group. So take any subset or subpart of group. Then when we say that that is subgroup of G, here is it also must be satisfy the group properties. That means it must satisfy closure property, associative property, it must satisfy the identity element, and it must satisfy the inverse property. Here G is equal to 1 minus 1, I minus 1 is a group with respect to the multiplication. And if you take sub part of this group, that is 1 minus 1, then it also satisfies the group properties. For example, if you take set as 1 minus 1, multiply, we'll check whether this H1 also satisfies the properties of group. Coming to the closure, multiply 1 with minus 1 you will get minus 1, that means belongs to this H1 set, so it's satisfying the closure property. As we have here only two elements, we can't check associate, it also satisfying the associative property. And what is the identity element here is 1. If you multiply 1 or minus 1 with 1, you will get the same element. So it also satisfying the identity element. And what is inverse elements? Inverse elements of 1 is minus 1 and inverse element of minus 1 is 1. So as it's also satisfying after subgrouping also, it also satisfying all the group properties. So that's why from G 1 minus 1 I minus 1, H of 1 minus 1 is a subgroup of G. Thank you.